Hey, how's it going? So, I just wanted to say something real fast. It's a bit of a grievance of mine, so I'll tell you the truth about it. You see, what really pisses me off the most out of everything on the entire planet is the hatred of the middle of the road option. For one thing, just looking at me, my entire body is a middle of the road option. Mildly handsome, very muscular, kind of flabby, extremely well built. I can exercise, but not for too long. I can smoke like a freight train. I'll pay for it in the morning. But fuck health. I'm not trying to talk about some sort of esoteric belief that the body should or should not be a certain way. That's for each and every human to decide on their own. Y'all can do with what your body as you please. It's your body. Do the thing. Women's rights, men's rights, trans rights, gay rights, babies' rights, children's rights, adolescent rights, elderly rights, ageism rights. Your body, your choice. Do what you want. But seriously though, America, this beautiful country of mine, wear it proud on my heart. Heart's over here, but on the video I'm reversed. Fun stuff. And I see a polarized country. You know, I've lived here a long time, relatively, or a short time, relatively. You know, old people say I'm young people say I'm old, middle of the road, yet again. And it's frustrating because you try to teach peace, but nobody wants to sit down at the table and just talk it out for 35 straight days while we all come up with a bunch of solutions together. You know, we could get more than the congressmen and the senators and politicians and corporations involved. We as a people could just agree on a mutual meeting space to really just talk shit out. Instead of arguing and screaming and raising our voices and getting very caught up in the feelings of everything that we want to see. Because both sides are looking for a good option. That's what most people don't recognize, is that the Republicans and the corporation have a worldview on how beauty could be spread throughout the world for a bit of a cost so that everybody has a chance to take a piece of the cream of the crop, that little top pie with the cherry on top, you know, that everybody really strives and dreams for, the American dream. And then the Democrats and, you know, your independents, they try to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity and that nobody is marginalized and that everybody has equal rights to their body and life and time, and that, you know, there doesn't, you know, so we get caught up in this, oh, communist, oh, socialism, oh, capitalism, oh, imperialism, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not an economic mogul. I'm not anything of actual substance to the United States whole as a contributor. I'm not. I'm just a guy that works a job. I got a couple kids and I pay my child support on the ones I don't see, and I absolutely pour every ounce of love and care in the one that I do. And I try and pass that love and care to everybody I meet on a daily basis. And I try to hear every single opinion that any single person could ever bring my direction with absolute purity, impunity, acceptance, and love until that opinion becomes extremely toxic. Psychological health in America is very often ignored. And the toxicity that we breed inside ourselves as we seclude ourselves, as we polarize ourselves. Now, science, nobody likes to talk about science in these arguments, but the universe has laws on how it operates. There is a positive, negative, and neutral force within every single molecule of every single being, every single atom in existence. Now, I'm not trying to be esoteric or godly or say that there's some sort of divine construct to how we all need to live, although many people would say that there is that. What I'm trying to say is that as we polarize, we need to remember that there's a neutral construct to how this all could go. The people that we feel are negative, in an atomic sense, they are given the space out in the cloud of the atomic structure to be that negative, chaotic force that bounces all the fuck around, makes all kinds of weird decisions, and gets completely supported, reined in by the positive neutral force in the core of that construct. And so the positive people get to shine. The positive people get to be the main attractor because they have the most mass. They are the largest accumulation of the atomic structure that is. But the neutral force hangs out with that positive, adding mass to keep that negativity from getting too chaotic and just shattering every piece of existence. So, as I watch the entire world become completely polarized, I'm watching the loss of the neutrality. Nobody's coming to the middle of the table. Politically, spiritually, metaphysically, often culturally and socially as well. Look, we can agree on so many things. I'm not going to make a list of the things we could agree on. Some bullet points would be basic human rights, the right to live, the right to not have to choose between a life of forced labor and death. Maybe there's a middle ground out there where there is a subculture of the people that just don't know what to do, how to do, when to do, or if they should. Maybe we let those people live for free. As a society, as a global society, we all come together and just decide to let those people to figure it the fuck out without any pressure. And I guarantee you'll watch drug use down, you'll watch depression go down, you'll watch mania go down, you'll watch the murder rates go down, you'll watch so many of society's problems disappear. If we give those people that don't know what the fuck they're even doing the space to live without the threat of death, or subservience, or slavery, or being kidnapped, or having to sell their body for a profit because they just don't understand how society works. Everybody deserves love. I think that's something we can all agree on. Maybe we don't all agree on what that love should look like, but there is always a middle option. The dragon that holds the chain that carries the cross. It's just a thought. And it makes me almost tear the fuck up that nobody gives that thought a chance. In this world, in this society, in which there's so much pressure to be a certain construct that we all agreed upon at one point, but those constructs can change over time. And I think if we all really, really tried to come up with mutual solutions, to really stop screaming, yelling, arguing, fighting, dropping bombs, and blowing it all up to this point of positive, negative feedback loop of destruction, if we let that neutrality become, just in the atomic sense, as big as the positivity and as energetic as the negativity, if we foster that neutrality to balance us all out, to give us space to breathe and live and think without judgment of, well, how fucking well are you doing? Meet me at the table. Let's talk. Maybe we can get something done for once in this existence, in this timeline in which we all have to succeed. Maybe there can be some space to just be. That's all I got to say for today. I love you. I'll see you later. Be well.